Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing another one of those sit-down videos to talk about our favorite topic, elegance. So I like to think of myself as somewhat of a trend whisperer. Whenever there is a zeitgeist boiling under the surface, I can pretty much spot it right away, and it is both a blessing and a curse. For instance, clogs were pretty much a very traumatic premonition, but to my great happiness, I am starting to sense a tide coming, and I believe that you will like it too. Elegance is the new cool. After years of seeing elegance being equated to pretentiousness, to superficiality, to making other people feel beneath you, to boring traditionalism and overall backward thinking, we can finally raise our proper champagne glasses and celebrate the fact that elegance is finally being admired again. As you guys know, searching for elegance can be kind of a lonely quest. I know that I have been into this journey for many years, and it feels very lonely because as my friends were into knowing what type of extraterrestrial activities Demi Lovato had witnessed that week, or getting new pairs of the 30th sweatpants that look exactly the same as the previous ones they had already gotten, I just wanted pretty curated and sophisticated tasks that would cultivate me as a person and actually bring meaning to my life. Then a couple of years ago, I started seeing a big shift, especially on YouTube. A channel that I followed for many years called The Daily Connoisseur, which, if you are into elegant day-to-day style and elevating yourself, is a must-watch, started gaining a lot of traction. Jennifer, who is the creator of that channel, had been making videos for 10 years, and only a few years ago she actually started gaining a following and strengthening her audience. Same thing with Nicholas Fairford. He is a British creator that started making very wholesome, simple yet inspiring videos about things that many people would consider boring, like gardening, hosting a tea party, or painting furniture, and he just exploded. Then came TikTok with academia, old money aesthetic, the coastal grandma mania, and all of those trends have something in common: portraying a more elevated interpretation of style and living. So I started realizing I'm not alone, and I too want to be able to share with people what I believe to be a way of getting your life out of pedestrian banality and into a more magical, romantic version of it. That independent of your financial situation, your line of work, or even your personal style, you too can lead an elegant life. But why has elegance finally become popular again? I have a few theories. Number one, lockdowns. I firmly believe that being made to live in a restricted space and having so much free time has actually thrown us back into kind of developing and elevating ourselves through analogical and more hands-on activities. There is a reason why during quarantine, skills like bread making, cooking, gardening, instrument playing, home renovations, all of those things that we usually never have time for became big hobbies during quarantine and actually gave meaning to a lot of people's lives. That expectation that we would just be closed up looking at a screen all of the time turned out not to be exactly true. Of course, I did watch a lot of YouTube, a lot of Netflix, and a lot of Instagram, but I also kind of cultured myself as well, and I believe a lot of people did too. So even though with quarantine we didn't have a reason to look presentable and elegant and sophisticated, which is part of my next point, we did take time to enrich our lives with less toxic and a little bit more wholesome and enriching activities. Number two, casual overdose. Maybe I'm being too optimistic here, but I do see more of a will in people to dress better, to groom themselves, to present the better version of themselves to the world. I guess it's a natural movement of the pendulum. We went so far into the spectrum of I don't care who sees me in my pajamas that it's only a natural movement to go back and actually care about what people think and how they feel when they see us in public. Maybe it's not that disseminated yet, but a lot of people who used to stop me in my office corridors and ask me where was I going and why was I so dressed up, now are actually taking the time and making the effort to dress up. So I guess it's just a natural instinct of not ever having a reason to do so. Going outside, going back to events, concerts, bars and restaurants gives you that extra push to look really nice and actually want to put your best figure out there. I always say this and people think I'm very old-fashioned, but dressing nicely and having a nice appearance, sure, it's a way of communicating who you are and elevating your self-esteem, but it is also a sign of respect and of thoughtfulness towards other people. For instance, if you're going to a concert, an orchestra, an opera, and the members of the orchestra, the musicians, the singers, are dressed better than you are, maybe that is not only a sign that you are underdressed, but it can actually be interpreted as a lack of respect for their craft and for their time. Same thing if you go into the office and you want to be respected and highly regarded by your colleagues, and instead you act recklessly and in a juvenile fashion. That is obviously not the right path to get to that goal. Seems logical, but if I have to see another person wearing a crop top and Daisy Duke shorts while attending church, I will go mad. So let's just take this opportunity, this moment in time, to set an example, to put our best foot forward, to show people that you can absolutely look your best, behave your best, and feel your best in every situation. Social media, the big bad wolf of human relations in the 21st century. Social media can be a great thing. It can be an asset. You can learn from it. You can find like-minded people, you can reach amazing, uplifting content, but it can also bring out the worst in humankind. The coward shield of being behind a screen and saying whatever you want without choosing your words. The constant feeding into hatred, into superficiality, into envy, comparisons, the cancel culture, virtual signaling. I mean, it seems almost irredeemable, but I do see a shift. A lot of people, especially on social media comment sections, that are completely fed up with this, tired of having to battle people all the time, that are just caught up in a whirlwind of polarizing opinions and people fighting, and had enough. So many comments like, I wish you wouldn't talk about this, or maybe you shouldn't position yourself like that. A lot of us feel the other way. And I do feel like people are starting to develop a little bit more of a skill when it comes to virtual etiquette and elegance, which is amazing. People who choose not to respond, people who respond in an educated way, in a polite way, people who kill them with kindness, which is my favorite trick in the whole world, elegantly disagreeing and not being belligerent and extremely polemical. I don't think we need that anymore, and I feel like people are also sick of it. Etiquette, the comeback. Every once in a while, a new breed of influencers pop up. Remember those pancake artist people who made a lot of views back in the day? Air fryer recipes, ASMR cleaning. There was even one time a very big wave of stationery, calligraphy. Well, make way to the etiquette masters. I don't know if it is my algorithm, but I have never seen so many reels teaching how to hold a teacup properly. It's again that deep desire to feel more proper, more polite, more formal, more adequate, less awkward and out of place, in control of your actions, of your movements, of your posture, of the way you speak, and how you choose to portray yourself to the world. Etiquette was declared dead a few years ago. Nobody talked about it. It was just like elegance, something that was considered to be outdated, of the past, useless. Well, that phoenix is laughing now and completely reborn in its fabulousness to bring back the proper way of doing things. I am so happy. In my opinion, it goes hand in hand with my previous point. We have gone so deep down into the worst possible behavior we could have that there is no other way but up. And like it or not, etiquette is actually the most useful tool for that purpose. And I'm not talking about boring, stiff etiquette. I am talking about tips and rules that can actually improve your normal day-to-day life. How to actually greet a person at work properly so that you are remembered and noticed. How to receive people in your home and make them feel welcome and at ease. The little gestures that just show how much you appreciate and care for someone. How thankful you are, how grateful you are. These are things that used to be just part of a normal, polite set of educated people and now are kind of seen as an outlier thing, which is very sad. But at the same time, if it is a trend, again, I think we should set an example and make it more than a trend. We should make this just a normal thing that everybody does. It's not about showing how fancy or sophisticated you are, but it's making other people feel good around you and like they are worthy of that effort from your part. Have you guys been feeling the same way? Like the world is finally coming around to the idea that elegance and good manners are actually a good thing. It's still a very dim light at the end of the tunnel, but I'll take it one step at a time. I think that unlike many other trends, this one generates a lot of positivity out of it, so people will actually want to keep repeating it, and hopefully we will all be better for it. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Hopefully I haven't bored you to death with my theories. Thank you for watching and we'll see each other again next time. Bye!